Okay, it's just gone midday on the 7th of February 2019. I've just been to court 3 here at the King Street Courts. The trial started at, today's proceeding started at 11:30 a.m. Now I have just come out of I was in there for about half an hour, and one of the jurors had a certificate that she could no longer continue as a jury, on the jury, and the Judge Bellew discharged, I just watched them, discharged the whole jury. Now, the jury comprised of only 3 blokes, and there was 8 women there, so the other one was a woman. So there was 3 blokes and 9 women on the jury, and they've all been discharged, and then I've got to get another jury. I did go upstairs. Someone told me there was a public gallery upstairs. I went upstairs, but there's a sign on the door, only in, it's not permanent, it was just like stuck on a piece of paper, keep this door locked at all times. Now I don't know whether it's there all the time for this courtroom, or whether it's just for this trial, but I had to go through the metal detector. I did get to sit at the back of the courtroom. There was only 2 people that didn't look like, but I couldn't confirm it, that they were part of the either defence or the prosecution, and they were just 2 girls sitting there. I didn't see anyone talk to them, but that's not to say they weren't. They might have been journos. There's been a couple of journos covering this. But anyway, so I was in there today, so that's it. I don't have to start the whole trial again. I say there would be, because the jury's got to hear all the evidence, don't they, before they can make a decision. So yeah, that's it. You've heard it first here. 7th of February 2019. Looks like the trial is going to have to be restarted. I've got to get going. I was going to sit in there and listen, but I'll actually be able to come back in tomorrow, so I'll check it there. But actually I was in town on other business, so I didn't come in to go in there. I came in here because I got something. I've got to go. I've got a meeting to get to. So this video I took while I was in town, so I've just gotten back. I'm just about to upload. So I just wanted to add a quick narrative to it. So it's been 2.5 years, and the trial really is starting again with the new jurors. I would assume, I doubt they could, hear the prior testimony. They have to hear it for themselves. They couldn't just be told what it was. So I'm assuming that with the new jury, it's starting all over again. What do you think about it? I've mentioned this before. It was one guy, so even if it happened, even if it was real, it's not, but even if it was real, it's just one guy with a knife, and with one guy that was, well, his prognosis was bad at the start, as we saw from that current affair fundraiser. His prognosis wasn't looking good, but amazingly all his appendages have all returned. He's looking, not, I wouldn't say fit and healthy, certainly, but he's looking whole. You can't see any after effects of the attack, and yet here we are 2.5 years later. And I looked at the earlier report from some Candace reporter. I think she might have been in there today. She one of the 2 that seemed to be the only other people in the public gallery, and yeah, she reported in her report, the prosecutor said they were expecting another psych report. Now, problem with that is, if they do one now, well, he's a different guy to 2.5 years ago. His mindset's different, he's older, he's thinking differently. I don't think you can diagnose a mental condition projecting back 2.5 years. They've got to rely on the reports that were done back then. And shouldn't they have them already? So there's just been delay and delay and delay. And this is just another one. So where it goes from here, who knows? We could have an aborted trial. I was trying to gauge Justice Bellew's attitude towards it. He read out things such as, I said to the jurors, because what happened was, the girl, I don't think I mentioned it totally, she had a medical certificate that she was stressed and anxious because her father had died. And he said, I always say prior to, anyone becoming a juror, you must, state you're medically well enough to be able to, in the foreseeable future, to be able to be a juror. Well, as it turns out, she couldn't. So yeah, look, might be all above board. Maybe her father did die. I don't know. No one can check up on that. So they didn't give her name. Don't give the juror's name. He just called her Juror R. And there was, I saw the other 11. They came in, and I watched them be discharged by Justice Bellew. And I saw them outside mingling. I was going to get some video of them, but I thought, no, I don't need to. they you know, they're just, you know, along for the ride. I don't want to yeah, I just didn't think it was a good idea. I'm, you know, very wary of what I put up in regards to individual people, so that's why I won't show faces of, you know. Didn't see Grand Hull there. No media outside, no throngs, no media vans with satellite dishes. The only, looks like might have been the media was those two girls, but they didn't have notepads and they weren't taking notes. So yeah, now that I think about it, probably not likely. So anyway, that was the video for today. That's the update. And you know, start from scratch. All right, that's it for this one.